is Casey Motamedy. I'll do a little intro here for you in a minute. I'm here to talk to you about launching an affiliate program in EMEA in 18 minutes or less. I'll go through over some basic points, just tell you guys, get strategy, kind of how to look at it, give you some perspective on what's going on in this space. And I have some time at the end for some questions. I'll have some business cards, so if you want to follow up with me after, it'll give you an opportunity to answer some private questions as well. So, a little about me. I've worked in affiliate and email management for the last 9 to 10 years. I have 5 years experience working directly with affiliate management. I oversee the cleverbridge affiliate platform. Currently today we have over 30,000 affiliates. When I started with the company, it was under 1,500, 2,000 affiliates. It is a multi-million-dollar platform. I also have experience with paid search. I did that for 4 or 5 years in my early days. I did that for insurance and mortgage, for lead generation, highly competitive space. Learned a lot. It was a lot of fun. A couple of my likes: large displacement motors, cycling, and I love the outdoors. So, what is the right size affiliate program in EMEA for you? Well, if I had that answer, that would be great. I think what you really need to do is take a step back and evaluate your sales. Where do you see the traffic coming from in your Google Analytics on a daily basis? Do you see a high opportunity in Germany? Do you see a high opportunity in the UK? Once you start to see where that traffic's coming from, that will determine what the right size or the right fit for your program is. There's no need to go get localization for Sweden if you only have 10 visitors a month coming from Sweden. On the other hand, you need to prioritize that to Germany or the UK, which are actually one of the higher revenue driving e-commerce countries in Europe at this time. The standard size EMEA affiliate program. So clients that we work with that are based in Europe typically generate anywhere between 8 and 10% of their gross revenue from Europe. So if Europe is your market and you're a European client and you have an affiliate manager that's in-house, anywhere between 8 and 10%. Some of our clients that are based in North America that do not have that European brand presence, similar result we're seeing. We're seeing 8 to 10% of their gross revenue is coming from North America for their sales because that is where they're based in. So really it is, how can I get that traction? Where do I get these affiliates? How do I get them to sign up? Communication. This is so important. How much would you like to receive an email from a potential vendor that is in German when you're sitting in the United States? Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd probably just delete, next. I can't tell you how many times we come across clients managing their programs that they're reaching out to potential affiliates in not their native language. Great way to lose an opportunity there. We've done several surveys with different affiliates in North America and the US, and the way affiliates like to communicate is different by the affiliate. If it's a niche affiliate, it could be anything as easy as just a simple text email, but if it's a big portal, sometimes they rather see the images and the graphics in the email. It all depends on how they like to structure their programs. Seasonality. Yeah, that's a good one too. How many of you know when the Italian Independence Day is in the room? Yeah, exactly. I didn't know either until I visited Italy recently. It's June 2nd. So, and it's just one of these things, like when you're reaching out to these potential EMEA partners, it's good to know when the holidays are around what they're doing. A, for promotional activity, and B, it's a great conversation starter because affiliate relationships are built one-to-one. It's not by setting up a platform and walking away. So being able to know that, oh, hey, you're coming up on your Italian Independence Day, you're going to be out of the office, I have an idea for some business, let's touch base next week, is much better than, oh, hey, I have this opportunity for you, let's touch base next week. Because you at least know a little bit about what's going on in their lives, you show that you care, culture, and it helps go a long way from what we've seen in our experiences. And that really does correlate to the approach of how you should reach out. In our experiences, actually having an affiliate manager present for an affiliate program, whether it's in EMEA, North America, Asia, huge, huge difference. It's a bump in 5% of the gross revenue. So clients that run an affiliate program with no affiliate manager, they just go, let's just say to CJ, and they say, CJ, here's our program, this is what we have to offer, go ahead and put this out and let's see what happens. And they probably generate between 3 and 5% of their gross revenue comes from affiliate program. Clients where they actually, again, have an affiliate manager that's working with these affiliates, reaching out, communicating to them in the right language, at the right times, understand seasonality, anywhere between 10 and 20%. So really there is no better value than actually having somebody identifying and being the part of your program. So opportunities lie straight ahead. Language. So Google Translate is the worst way to translate anything if you want to communicate with someone. You're better off just writing the email in English, to be honest with you. We've had lots of bad experiences with Google Translate. Clients will come back and they'll say, what does this mean? This doesn't make any sense when you translate it this way. So in the event that you do want to start translating, I highly suggest someone from that region translates your content for you, or at least someone with that background. What works for communication? Phone call, that's great. I think there's a great path of, if you can get them on the phone to communicate with you, that's great. A lot of times English is not their first language. So getting on a phone, they might be hesitant to be, oh yeah, I want to talk to you in English for 30 minutes about what's going on. It works because you can bring up some impromptu things and also kind of joke and get a feel for the affiliate. However, email is how I tend to prefer to go, especially when it's a foreign language, because it's easier to communicate. I can get it translated correctly. I can convey the points that need to be conveyed in the email. But again, as I mentioned before, what's really important is understanding how certain affiliates want to be communicated with. Knowing that it's the personal email that some affiliates want to get, while other affiliates want the media blitz full of images, different types of documentation within the email. Different countries, different opportunities. So recently we had a panel discussion, which I urge you guys to reach out. You can search me on Google and it'll come up, with a couple of our European affiliates, one of them being chip.de. They do a 21 days of Christmas because in Germany, Christmas is such a big holiday for them. So what they do is they do a promotion where they give away one free client product every day for 21 days. And a lot of people would never follow up with an affiliate and ask, how are they running promotions in their region? What are the seasonal values you see? And if I wanted to work with you on Christmas, or if I wanted to work with you for the Italian Independence Day, what should I be doing there to help drive more traffic? Instead, we go at it very blindly and we say, we know what's best for you because I'm the vendor, this is my product. But that's not the right approach. So the image of the Santa hat, if you guys thought, quick question, you throw a Santa hat on a banner ad. What do you think the value or the lift in conversion rate is during the Christmas season for a Santa hat on a banner ad? Anyone? Jesse, you can't answer. We noticed over 5% lift just for adding a basic kind of Santa hat like that on the corner of a banner ad, just because the seasonality of it during the Christmas season. Huge value there. And then the image to the right is bringing up the point I brought up earlier, Italian Independence Day. Things we don't know about within a culture hurt us if we go and approach an affiliate to work with us. So it should be a two-pronged approach when you go after affiliates. You have to think about this logically. So when you buy something, do you just go to a site and then say, all right, I'm going to buy this because this site tells me this is the best? And that site being, let's just say, chip.de or softonic.com or any type of review site. Typically, no. Like in my experiences, I'll go to that site, I'll take their information, and I'll be like, oh, this is a great review, but I still want to go to the company's website and see what's going on. I want to see in my local language what that company has to offer and say to me. Because if you think about it logically, the consumer does two jumps. They're going to go to the affiliate site, which is local to their region, a brand they're familiar with and comfortable with, search the product, come back to your site, check out the product to make sure it's legitimate, and potentially that's the path they're going to go through and buy. So at that point, the affiliate cookies track. Now, if you don't have it and it's not localized, you're potentially losing out on tons of revenue. A, for SEO, and B, for affiliate sales. Because what's happening today is, if you're not up doing localization of your website, now when somebody searches in, let's just say, google.de for a company like Malwarebytes, they're not going to show up organically at 1, 2, or 3. Instead, only affiliates that potentially show their product would show up. However, you as the client should always, or the vendor should always own those spots. There's a reason that they're sitting there taking that from you, because obviously they can generate revenue, and it just makes sense to make it correlate back and forth. If it doesn't correlate, it's not worth it. So product localization, very important. Now, just translating the site is not enough. You got to do the whole deal. Title tags, meta tags, URL descriptions. This is how you're going to rank well for SEO for your brand in the foreign countries that you want to be in. And again, identifying those countries is highly leveraged on where you see traffic from the countries today when you look through Google Analytics. So there's no point to go do localization for Iraq if you have 4 visitors a month. On the other hand, Germany, Japan, the UK, Italy, Amsterdam, all huge regions, or Holland, I should say, huge regions with lots of traffic that the users are buying online. Scandinavia is one of our up-and-coming markets as well, because they have high-speed internet access, and it makes it very easy for them to shop. That's it. That's 15 minutes of presentation. So I reach out to you guys, and I ask questions. Who has the first question?
So what would literally be, kind of the first step would be as a merchant to launch an affiliate program in Europe? And this is coming from who doesn't have an affiliate program here. Or were we to want to do something like that? You mentioned, of course, the value of going after agencies. I mean, can you name some, or what do you think?
Sure, like there's agencies that can help you, WebGains, Xanax. I mean, those are the agencies that can definitely help you get traction in that space. But again, getting traction for affiliates in those countries, if your site's not localized, it doesn't help. That said, and then also I don't know how much involved you are in e-commerce. So you have to make sure that the localization of the pricing is also done correctly, right? So that you include the VAT in the pricing, if it needs to be included or not. It all depends on how you want to set it up. But I would say Xanax, WebGains are the two biggest networks right now in Europe. WebGains, yes. Xanox, Z-A-N-O-X. Any other questions? Yes?
We just recently translated our site and priced it and everything in about 11 languages.
Okay.
Are affiliates in EU, in the EU or other countries likely to click on the affiliate link, become an affiliate on a site similar to the US, or not necessarily?
I'm sorry, can you step up to the mic? They only heard parts of your question. I apologize.
We recently translated our sites to a bunch of languages, and I'm just wondering, we have our own internal network, and we get most of our affiliates either because they're in the space and they're looking for our product, or because they've come to our site and they go down to the bottom and they click on the affiliate link. Are people in foreign countries like the EU and other places also likely to click on a link on the website that says become an affiliate, or is it work differently in those places?
No, they will click on, again, it has to be in the right language, but we have noticed that plenty of affiliates will come through our client pages and sign up to become an affiliate through, sign up here to become an affiliate. It's all about where you place it on the web page, right? It comes back to the basic marketing strategies. Is it going to be above the fold? Are you going to put it in the navigation bar? Or are you going to put it below the fold so they got to scroll all the way to the bottom? It's all about where you place that type of link to see how much traction you want to drive to it. Because you run a kind of a risky play in that you put it very prevalent above the fold on the page in the top corner. Now all of a sudden, instead of users actually buying the product, they're more attracted to becoming an affiliate and getting a potential discount. So I think there's going to be some strategy there, and you'll probably need to do some testing, maybe Google Analytics or Google Web Optimizer, to understand exactly what your users prefer.
So is the expectation that you're also delivering a service or product in that native language as well? Or is it just the idea that to recruit the affiliates and you continue delivering your product, or service that's in English only?
I would say in that language as well. I mean, I'm going based on our experience, my personal experience, how I want to see it, and what our client experiences are.
So you do product, and then from there, then you're looking at
product should be in the same language.
Product support or service support.
No, I don't think the support needs to be in the foreign language. The product itself, when they go through the setup phase,
Gotcha.
or whatever they're doing with this product, should be available in their language. But beyond that, the level of support, well, obviously, if it's a US-based company, we can't give you support in French, right? That's reasonable. But on the other hand, you can give us some time, and we'll get back to you on that. But it's more about the usability of the product, to know that the consumer knows that you thought it through enough and you care enough to give it to them in their local language so that they can enjoy and use the product well.
Thanks.
I think I'm hearing some crickets. Anybody hearing the crickets? Anybody else got any other questions? All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a great Affiliate Summit.